In the heart of the savannah, Gerald the Giraffe was busy inventing something he called the Sky Lantern 3000. It was, according to him, a revolutionary device that would allow animals to fly without wings. Gerald had drawn up elaborate blueprints, which mostly consisted of squiggly lines and the word genius written in bold, and was convinced it would work. Milo the Meerkat, as always, was Gerald's biggest cheerleader.
Gerald is a genius!
He shouted, holding a stick with a leaf tied to it like a flag.
Sky Lantern 3000 will change the world!
The other animals were skeptical. A zebra raised an eyebrow.
Gerald, how exactly does it work?
Gerald adjusted his lab coat.
It's simple. You tie a lantern to a balloon, fill it with helium, and then attach it to yourself. The helium will lift you into the sky. I've done the math. It's flawless.
Milo nodded so hard his tiny head almost fell off.
Flawless! Giraffe is a genius!
The animals exchanged worried glances.
But Gerald,
Said a hippo.
where are we going to get helium?
Gerald waved his hoof dismissively.
Helium is just air that's had too much coffee. We'll make it ourselves. I've invented a Heliumator 5000.
Milo gasped.
Heliumator 5000! Giraffe is a genius!
The animals decided to go along with Gerald's plan, mostly because they were curious to see what would happen. Gerald gathered materials, a lantern, a balloon, and a contraption he called the Heliumator 5000, which was really just a coconut with a straw sticking out of it.
Step 1.
Gerald announced.
We fill the balloon with helium using the Heliumator 5000.
He blew into the straw, but the balloon remained limp. Milo clapped anyway.
It's working! Giraffe is a genius!
Step 2.
Gerald continued.
We tie the balloon to the lantern and then attach it to ourselves. Who wants to go first?
The animals took a collective step back,
Maybe you should test it, Gerald.
said a cautious antelope. Gerald puffed out his chest.
Fine, I, Gerald the Genius, will be the first to fly.
He tied the balloon to the lantern and then attached it to his neck. Milo cheered
Giraffe is a genius!
as Gerald stood proudly, waiting to take flight. Nothing happened. Gerald frowned.
Maybe it needs more helium.
He blew into the straw again. Still, the balloon remained stubbornly deflated. Just then, Olivia the owl swooped down from her baobab tree.
What in the world is going on here?
She asked, eyeing Gerald's contraption.
I'm inventing the Sky Lantern 3000. It's going to revolutionize travel!
Olivia examined the Heliumator 5000 and the limp balloon.
Gerald, this will never work. You can't just blow air into a balloon and expect it to fly. Helium is a special gas, and it's not something you can make with a coconut and a straw.
Gerald's ears drooped.
But I'm a genius.
Milo patted Gerald's hoof.
Gerald is a genius!
Olivia sighed.
Gerald, being smart isn't about pretending to know everything. It's about recognizing your limits and learning from others. If you want to fly, why not ask the birds for help?
Gerald thought about this.
You mean I should ask for help?
Olivia nodded.
Exactly. No one can do everything alone, not even a genius.
Gerald turned to the birds.
Will you teach me how to fly?
The birds chirped happily and agreed to help. They showed Gerald how to glide using a large leaf as a parachute. It wasn't exactly flying, but it was close enough. Milo watched in awe as Gerald leaped off a small hill and floated gently to the ground.
Gerald is a genius!
He shouted. Olivia smiled.
See, Gerald? Sometimes the smartest thing you can do is ask for help.
Gerald grinned.
You're right, Olivia. From now on, I'll be a genius who knows when to ask for help.
And so, Gerald, Milo, and the birds spent the rest of the day gliding through the savannah, proving that even a genius can learn something new.